Good morning from Mississippi. If I look tired, it's because I had about 4 hours of sleep last night, because it was even hotter last night than it was the night before that. So I was kind of okay when I went to bed, but when I woke up at 4 a.m., I was literally soaked in sweat, and the fan wasn't making a difference. The air just felt like thick and heavy. So I watched TV kind of hoping it would help me go back to sleep, and it didn't. So then I turned the car on and put the AC on just to kind of help cool the air down, and watch some more TV until breakfast time. But yeah, so I was up since 4, watched TV, had breakfast at like 7, and then I drove to the nearby Planet Fitness to shower. And I'll be honest with you, if you go back and watch the previous videos, you'll notice that I didn't change clothes for probably, I think, a day and a half or 2. With everything that was happening and going on, it just didn't happen. And so that shower, I think I lost 5 pounds in skin and sweat and dirt. It was real gross. So I feel fresh and clean and revived, especially after everything that happened yesterday. Speaking of, so I'm not friends with Mississippi. That's what I've decided. I was going to skip Louisiana, New Orleans, but I decided to go, and I'm glad that I did, because Mississippi's been a total bust. So I would have been mad if I didn't at least have those experiences in Louisiana. But as you can see, there's raindrops on my window. It stormed like crazy this morning, which canceled all beach plans that I had, which is really all that there is to do here in Biloxi, unless you're a gambler, and I'm not. So I am actually going to head back into Alabama today. I'm just bypassing Mississippi altogether. The other reason I'm not friends with Mississippi is because it was like right after I crossed the Mississippi state line that everything happened with my mirror yesterday. And I know that yesterday I didn't really give a lot of detail. I was just like, this happened, because I was not in a good place to talk about it. But so essentially what happened is I was only driving for like maybe 20-30 minutes, and I was so tired. I was having a very hard time staying awake. So I wanted to pull to the side of the road and take a nap, but there was nowhere to pull over. And the one place that there was a place to pull over, there were like 3 cars pulled over there already. And so there wasn't space for me. So I was fighting to stay awake. And I noticed that the Mississippi Welcome Center was coming up. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just go there. And then as soon as that thought entered my mind, next thing I know, my mirror is being taken off by a semi-truck. It all happened so fast. I mean, as soon as it happened, it was over. So there was no time to pull over or get a license plate or anything like that. There just wasn't time. It happened and he was gone. Now, whether he did it on purpose, because like I said, I was having a hard time staying awake, so I was kind of swerving a little bit, but never in the point of endangering anybody. There was never anybody around me. So I don't know if he did it on purpose to try and get back at me. I don't know if it was an accident. I don't know if we were both just too close to the line at the same time. I don't know what happened. All I know is that my mirror fell off. It's going to cost $250. It's not going to be painted the same color as my car when I get it, so it's going to look real stupid. And that is what I'm going to have to spend the first however long of my time in Montgomery, Alabama doing, is getting that fixed. So that is what happened. And at this point, I'm over it. It happened. I've got too many good things on this trip that have already happened and that are still going to happen for me to be upset about this. Sucks, sure. But what you gonna do? It's life. So anyways, so I am actually going to drive towards Mobile and try and find a library, I think, for a couple hours. And then I'm going to go see my friend Max, who hooked me up with that hotel room at his theater, and watch the movie Crazy Rich Asians, I think. And yeah, and say hey to him and thank him for the hotel room and stuff, because I didn't get to see him after the hotel stay. So anyways, so that is the update as far as how I feel about Mississippi, what happened to my mirror, the fact that I am now clean after 2 days of grossness, and where I'm headed next. So today's vlog will be very boring probably, because there was another one probably about a week ago where I didn't really do anything. It was just me sitting around. So that's probably like a little bit of what today is going to be. So it'll be short and boring. Yay! I am back in Mobile, Alabama at my favorite little theater here. So that's what we're going to see. Pretty stoked. This is the inside of the theater, just so you can kind of get an idea. I mean, it's a pretty big screen. Those are the recliners. And it's like actually like old school movie seats. But yeah. I mean, it's legit.
He had a budget, didn't he?
Huh?
He had a budget, didn't he?
Oh, it was a low budget.
Oh, was it?
It was a low budget. They're gonna make money on this. They're almost no matter what. They'll make.
So like I warned you, yesterday was kind of boring. I sat at the hotel. I did go see Crazy Rich Asians at the theater, which was actually a really good movie. And got to see Max and say hey and stuff and goodbye. And then I just got in my car and drove to Montgomery, Alabama, which is where I am now. But it's actually the next day. So I didn't do like a bed goodnight nighttime video like I usually do, because when I got to Montgomery, I arrived at my like aunt's house, and so I immediately started catching up with them and talking with them and their kids and hanging out and stuff. So, and then by the time I got to bed, I was so tired I just watched some TV and passed out. And then this morning, it's actually 2 o'clock right now. This morning I took it easy. I caught up with a friend on the phone for a long time. That was really nice. And then I just worked on some videos. So I'm about to go see my aunt at her work right now. So yeah, just not a lot going on that other people would really want to see, but stuff that I'm enjoying doing, just kind of talking with friends and family and stuff like that. And so it's been a good kind of like lull in the excitement and adventure and stuff, which it's been nice actually. And my part that was supposed to come into Hyundai today didn't come in today, so fingers crossed it comes in tomorrow, because otherwise I'm going to have to leave Montgomery without my car being fixed. And the next places I'm going are not going to have a Hyundai dealership. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so, and again, the rest of the day is it's going to be low key, not a whole lot to videotape or anything like that. I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to have a blast, but not really anything that anybody else wants to see or that needs to be documented or anything like that, or videotaped. So, yeah, just kind of taking it down a couple notches for a couple days. So I'm gonna enjoy this. And yesterday on the way to Montgomery, I did stop and take a 30-minute nap at a rest stop before I got dinner on the road, because I learned my lesson driving to Mississippi. So I made sure to pull over with plenty of time before I kind of got too tired or whatever. But anyways, so I'm going to go see my aunt and just kind of take it easy and chill out for the rest of the afternoon. And I'll update you if anything important happens. So I think this is actually the longest I've gone without making a video since my entire trip started. But it's really because I've been in the same place for a while. I've been in Montgomery, and again, for probably the longest time I've ever been in one place. And I've just been taking it slow, really chill, really easy. I've been watching a lot of TV, chilling out in the bed, hanging out with my aunt and her family. Yesterday I took a nap. Last night we had Pizza Party Picnic Fridays, which is where we eat pizza in the living room and watch a movie apparently. And we watched Fantastic Beasts, and we had ice cream. and I went to bed. This morning, again, just kind of took it slow and easy, and me and my aunt went into a little cafe and had brunch with a friend of hers who is also in the childcare field, went from like an assistant director to a head of school position. And so I really got to talk to her about some ideas off of her, and the food was so light and delicious and fresh. So great. Good conversation. But the best news of today, I'm currently sitting at Hyundai in Montgomery because let me show you what we have happening. I officially have a new mirror so I can see things and drive safely. So I am super stoked about my new mirror. Not excited about the cost of labor or the cost of the part, but I'm just happy the mirror is back. And I was told it wasn't going to be painted, and I was so nervous that it was going to be like that primer rough black color that you see on cars a lot that aren't painted, but it's actually like this weird white that from a distance looks silver. So guess who's not paying $100 to get her mirror painted? This girl. Because nobody can tell that it's not the same color as my car unless they get real close, and if they're that close, they shouldn't be that close anyways. So that, I guess, is good news. Well, the sky looks absolutely atrocious. Let me see. Yes, the sky looks absolutely atrocious, and it has started raining, and I'm still in unfamiliar territory. So I'm going to drive back to my aunt's house and hang out for the rest of the night. Okay, so at dinner tonight, I had mentioned that I hadn't opened the cooler in my car in a week. I had turkey in it and vegetables and all other kinds of things, and my aunt and uncle were like, well, maybe we should look at that before you go. So I was like, okay, sure, yeah, but I didn't actually plan on looking at it. Well, my uncle went out to the car to get the cooler. I'm just going to show you what we're kind of working with, and go ahead and be very grateful that cameras don't have the ability to smell, because you'd probably pass out. But let me show you what we got happening here. This is a bag of cauliflower. I can't even press it down because the gas in that cauliflower is so intense. It smells fantastic, by the way. This is the water in the cooler. You can't really tell, but just trust me when I say it's a really gross orangey brown, and it smells
horrendous.
Terrible. And here's the rest of the food that will also be thrown out. The peach has got a nice slime growing on it. Touch the peach?
Yeah.
I'm being told to touch the peach. I'm a little nervous. It's also rather mushy. So yeah, note to self, if you have a cooler in your car, make sure that you are checking on it at least daily. So yeah, I'm either going to start over or just start eating grass that I find on the side of the road. We'll see what happens.